Hi, I'm Lisa, and welcome to Yoga for Abs. Today we will be working on our core strength, which is super important for day-to-day life as well as all of your workouts. So, feel free to do this workout more than once a week, as much as you can. Just stick with it and you'll see results. So let's begin. Coming from the center of your mat in a seated position on your knees and your ankles. Just inhale, lengthening the spine, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, inhale, trying to lengthen with each breath. And exhale, already strengthening through that core. Just a few more breaths here. Exhale, making sure you're present in your practice today. And exhale, trying to release any tension. And one last breath. Exhale. Okay, coming onto all fours. Go ahead and bring your palms underneath your shoulders. And we're going to go ahead and stretch our legs all the way back to the end of our mat into an extended plank. And go ahead and flex your abs here, pulling them into your spine. Your neck is pretty relaxed, your shoulders away from your ears. Your hips are tucked under. You should be in a completely straight line, looking down at your mat. And just breathe here. We'll do 5 breaths. Just keep your core engaged. And one last breath. From here, you can stretch a little through the legs. Make sure your abs are still tight. And we'll go ahead and move down into Cobra. So going into a low plank. Gently lower yourself and lift up, and gently lower your legs and just lift up towards the ceiling, pulling your abs in again. Your glutes are tight. Just stretching up, shoulders away from the ears, gently looking towards the ceiling. One last breath. And gently lower towards the floor. And coming all the way onto your stomach. Your palms are directly below your shoulders again. Your shoulder blades are pulled back. Your neck is lengthened, your spine is lengthened. Your core is still engaged, and on an inhale, just press back up, elbows into your side. Gently looking forward towards the front of the room. Just stick with your breathing here. Make sure your core is engaged, and you can press up a little bit more. Just a few more breaths. Last one. And release. Coming all the way onto the floor, just gently shake it out a little bit. From here, we'll move into locust. So gently bring your palms to meet behind your back. And you can pull them down, or you can stay in reverse prayer if you'd like, if that's easier for you or if that's more comfortable. But we will be lifting up. So you want to pull your shoulders back as much as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and join my hands and inhale, pulling my shoulders back, looking up. My core is engaged. Your glutes and legs are tight as well. stick with your breathing here. And gently release. You can shake it out a little bit. Your shoulders can get a little bit tight in that. And from here, we'll move into a quick Superman. I think everybody is familiar with this, but if not, just reach your palms forward. You can even push yourself back further on your mat. You're looking straight down at the mat in front of you. Your arms will reach out in front, lengthening through the spine. Your legs are going to lift. Just inhale, and then we're just going to kick for a little bit. So about 5 breaths here. We're also strengthening the spine at the same time, which is really important for your core. And just stick with it. You're halfway there. And release. And from here, just go ahead and put your palms underneath your shoulders. And we're gently pushing up onto all fours. And we'll do a few cat-cows to stretch out those abs and the spine. So go ahead, exhale all of your air. Going to inhale up, looking towards the ceiling, and exhale, curving the spine towards the ceiling. Neck is relaxed, and inhale, and exhale. Stretching through your spine, relaxing those muscles. And inhale. And exhale. You can go ahead and do a really quick child's pose here. Go ahead and press back into your heels. And stretch through your palms, pressing into the mat. Forehead is touching the floor. Just stick with your breath here. Breathing out any tension in the spine. Just exhale, pushing into the floor. Stretching through the spine. And slowly sit up, one vertebra at a time. And we'll come to a seated position. Swing your legs around and move back to the center of your mat. We will be moving into boat pose. So from here, inhale, lengthen your spine. And whenever you're ready, just going to lift your legs, and you can straighten them if you can. And just balance for about 5 breaths here, keeping your core tight. Just gently looking towards the front of the room. Two more breaths. And release. Just roll onto your back. Knees come to your chest, and you can wrap around your shins or around your elbows, whichever works for you. And lay back, lengthening through the spine again, relaxing the neck. And just give a really good squeeze around your legs, compressing your hips. You're stretching through the spine right now in your shoulders and just releasing any of that tension that you've built up so far. Now you can either grab around your shins or your elbows and gently release your neck, lengthening your spine on the floor. Just give a really good squeeze to the hips. You'll feel a really great compression here, releasing the tension in your shoulders and your spine. Anything that you've built up so far. Just breathe into the mat. And gently release. And bring your feet to the floor one at a time. And we'll move into bridge pose from here. So palms flat on the mat next to your hips. You can walk a little bit towards your ankles and move your ankles in towards your glutes. Engage your core. And gently press your hips toward the ceiling. And from this position, you can move your shoulders closer in if you like, which will allow you to push your hips further up and strengthen through your abs. Just a few more breaths. Last time. And slowly release. Go ahead and grab your knees one more time. Just rocking back and forth, side to side. Just working out any of that tension. And slowly release your legs again. And we'll come up to seated position. Swing your legs around to your knees. Okay, from the center of your mat on your knees, just raise up. Your knees will be hip-width distance apart and just lengthen through the spine. We are moving into camel pose. And there are several variations of this pose. Just go at your own pace, whatever you're comfortable with. Go ahead and inhale, lengthening towards the ceiling. And we'll move our palms to the base of our spine. And we're going to slowly look back, pressing your hips forward towards the front of the room. And you can stay here, engaging your core, or if you are comfortable, you can walk gently, grabbing your heels. And feel like a really good stretch through your abs. Just breathe here for a second. One last breath. And slowly move your hands up, back to the base of your spine, lifting up. And exhale. And we'll move into reclining hero next to stretch out our abs even more, which is really important when you are working them out because you don't want them to become too tight or compressed. So move a little bit forward towards the front of the mat. Your hips are a little bit wider. Your knees are a little bit wider than your hips. And just, if it's comfortable, go ahead and sit back between your legs. You can always bring them out a little bit further, whatever is comfortable for you. If this pose is not comfortable for you and you have sensitive knees or joints, then go ahead and stay in camel pose or just in a seated position. But from here, with your hands on your legs, you'll just slowly start walking back towards the floor. And you can move your glutes forward and come onto your elbows and bring your shoulders slowly down to the mat. And just breathe here, stretching through the hips and your abs, lengthening through the spine. Releasing any tension. And one last breath. And slowly come back up onto your elbows one at a time. And slowly push up. And you can come up in between to the front of your mat. And go ahead and come to a seated position. Swing your legs out in front of you. And we'll do a little bit more stretching and then we're done. From the center of your mat, your knees are bent. Straighten your left leg towards the front of the mat and bring your right leg over. Your ankle is next to your knee. And we'll inhale, arm to the sky, and exhale and twist. Make sure your spine stays straight here. Your shoulders are away from the ears. And you can gently press your elbow into your knee to twist even further. So inhale, and with every exhale, twist if you would like to deepen the stretch. And gently look over your right shoulder to the back of the room. Your core should still be engaged here. And one last breath. And release. Bring your right leg to the floor. Your left leg over the right. And inhale, exhale, bending the elbow to meet the knee. Just stick with your breath here. And if you can, gently look over the left shoulder to the back of the room. Just a couple more breaths. And release. And roll gently onto your back for happy baby. To work out any tension in the spine, just grab your big toes with your fingers and you can just gently rock back and forth, massaging your spine. And when you're ready, slowly roll up, swing your legs around, and we'll do a quick child's pose just to stretch out the spine even more. And thank yourself for coming to your practice today. One last breath. And slowly lift up one vertebra at a time. Okay, great job. Thanks for joining me today in Yoga for Abs. Please subscribe to the channel if you would like to join me in the rest of my videos. Please also leave any requests, comments, or feedback. I love to hear from you. And check out my website, lisahusberg.com. I'll see you next time.